Hello, this is Jessica. Welcome to our 30-minute pack yoga class. So I'm going to have us actually start. You'll need a mat, and if you need blocks or have them, feel free to grab those, or even just a little pillow on the side. We're going to lower onto our backs, bringing those knees into a bend and rest all the way down onto the back. Let your arms rest on your sides, and then heel toe your feet as wide as the mat and bring your knees in towards each other. Bring your hands so they rest right on top of the low belly space and find some extension out of the low back. Just pausing here for just a few breaths. Inhaling in, feel your belly rise. Feel it expand through your ribs and underneath the heart. And then as you exhale, completely letting that go. Letting the chest drop, the ribs come in, and the belly flattens. And just taking a moment here to bring yourself back to this present moment. Bringing awareness to the breath, helping to calm the mind, the body, and the spirit. And after your couple breaths, go ahead and take those arms and stretch them all the way out like a T. Spread your fingers wide as your palms turn up to the sky. Go ahead and bring your knees a little bit wider and then pull your toes to your shins. And then let your knees tick-tock from side to side. Taking it nice and slow here to start, getting a little release through those hips. And then just pause with the knees off to one side, keeping those feet flexed to help protect the knees. And then turn and look your head the opposite direction, starting to feel a little stretch through the cervical spine. And then pull it all back into the center and let your knees drop to the other side and turn and look your head the other direction. And then again, we bring those knees back up through the center. Heel toe your feet a little closer towards each other. Draw your belly down, feeling the lower back reach for the floor, and then bring just your right knee into your chest. Just extend this right leg and bend. Extend and bend. Go ahead and extend your right leg up to the sky and reach for the back of that leg, hugging it in towards your chest. Find that extension in the back of your neck. Feeling a nice long stretch through the back of that leg across the hamstring, maybe feeling it a little behind the knee, into the calf, maybe even over that arch of the foot. And then take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee, and draw this right knee away. Keeping your right foot flexed, again, that protects the knee. We're going to bring the left knee into the chest, reaching for the back of that hamstring. If you're a little more flexible and you'd like to reach for your shin, feel free. And you're just drawing this knee into the chest. Now, if this is just not available for you, keep that left foot down on the floor. Allowing that stretch to move into the outside of our right hip. And then go ahead and set that left foot back down, keeping this right leg crossed like that figure four. Stretch your arms down by your sides. Slide your left foot a little bit closer in towards your seat, and then push into this left leg and see if you can't let the hips rise up. And then exhale. Inhale, the hips lift up. And exhale, they release back down. Again, inhale, lift up. And exhale, back down. Inhale, lift up and see if you can't pause here. Now you can always stay here, definitely feeling this left bottom glute firing. You can make this even more challenging by extending out through the right leg and driving your hips up to the sky. Another breath here. And then exhale and massage your spine back down. This time, cross your right leg over the left. Sweep your arms out like a T, turn your palms up to the sky. Let those knees tip over to your left as you look over the right shoulder. And then again, bring those knees back up through the center. Keeping the same crossover, this time let the knees drop over to the right and look over the left shoulder. releasing your core to pull it back up through center, and then stretch and extend that right leg to the sky again. Reaching for the back of the leg, either at the hamstring or the calf. Stretch that leg towards your chest. Keeping a nice long right leg, and if you can take this a little bit deeper into the stretch, extend your left leg down as well. Breathing into the back of that right leg, taking your deepest stretch into that hamstring. And then exhale and crunch that upper body towards that leg. And if this bothers your neck, you can always have that hand support the back of the head. And then release the upper body down, stretch and extend your arms all the way overhead, and lengthen this right leg all the way down to the floor, stretching from your fingers to your toes. Go ahead and place a bend in those arms as if you're laying on a beach here, relaxing into the shoulders, the elbows hang heavy to the floor. Go ahead and take this left leg and start to walk it over to the left side of your mat a bit. And then your right leg follows. We want to try to make sure that both hip points are pointing straight up towards the sky, and you're not rolling this right hip up. So encourage your right hip to stay down. Hands are behind your head, the elbows are wide, and then maybe walk that upper body over to the left as well, keeping your elbows close to the floor, and really deepening the stretch through this right side body, adding a deep breath into your right lung. Here for just a couple more breaths. If you wanted to just challenge or a different stretch through this, you can always take this right ankle and cross it over the left, keeping that right hip down. And then start to walk this right leg into what feels like center. Bring the left leg to follow. Bring your upper body back through center, and then again stretch it from your fingers to your toes. Sweep those arms out like a T and just pause here. Bend your legs so your feet are on the floor, and take a little tilt in your pelvis, bringing pubic bone to navel, and letting your lower back settle back down to the earth. Stay with those toes down onto the floor, but lift those heels, and then just tick-tock your knees a little right to left. Hold it again into center, let your heels settle down to the floor. Take your left leg and extend it up to the sky. And then just bend it back down, extending it up, and bending it back down, extending it up, and just pause, driving this left leg long, filling your lower back, reaching down towards the ground. Take your left ankle and cross it over, feeling that knee drive out to the side. And then walk your arms down by your sides. Go ahead and walk this right foot in a bit. And then lift your hips up to the sky. And then exhale and massage the hips back down. And inhale, lifting the hips up. And exhale, massaging back down. Keep this going for just a few breaths here. And then release over the top of your left hip. And working into that right glute. Pause with those hips lifted, pushing through the arms. Can you stay connected with that right foot down? And if you wanted a little bit more challenge, you extend this left leg up to the sky. And then slowly, slowly lower your spine down to the floor. And then stretch and extend this left leg long, reaching your right leg out as well. Just stretch it out from fingers to toes. Taking your left knee back into the chest and just pause here. Stretch this left leg long, getting that big hamstring stretch. And if this is too much on your back, go ahead and bend this right leg, setting the right foot down on the mat. So leg can be extended a little bit more or keep it a bit. And then lifting up through your chest, reaching your chest towards this left shin. And then again, releasing it back down. Stretch those arms out like a T. Bring your right leg into a bend, setting your foot down to your mat. And And then take this left leg and cross it all the way over. Let those knees drift over towards the right as you look over your left shoulder. And then the knees come back through the center and they reach over to the left as you look over the right shoulder. Bringing it back into center, unwinding those legs and tuck the knees tight to your chest. Stretch your arms down by your sides. Relax the shoulders back and down and start to lower the feet to a hover off the ground. And then exhale and pull the knees back in. Inhale and hover the feet. Exhale and pull them back in. Again, hovering in those feet and just pause. Relax the shoulders. Try not to let the chin jut up to the sky. Keep the belly firmly pressing down so the lower back doesn't lift up off the ground, but it stays pressing. And then settle your feet all the way down. Stretch out again from fingers to toes. Bring those elbows at a bend, resting your head on those hands like we're resting on the beach. Go ahead and take your right leg and just step it off to the right side. And then the left leg follows. Again, the hips point straight up to the sky. And then maybe walk your upper body over to the right as well, letting your left elbow reach heavy to the floor, and even drawing the back of the left ribs down. Breathe deeply into your left lung here. And if you wanted a little different or a little change in the stretch, cross that left ankle over the right. And then this left leg walks into center, the right leg follows. And then bring the upper body as well. Take that big full length stretch again, fingers to toes. Feel your lower back reaching for the floor as you bend into the knees, and then tuck those knees into your chest. Go ahead and wrap those arms around the shins and just rock your knees a little side to side. Massaging that lower back here. And then hold it with the knees into stillness. If it's available, pull that forehead up towards the knees and feel like you're coiling in, like you're having the least amount of surface touching the floor. If it's available on your back, go ahead and rock it up and down on the back. And come all the way up into a tabletop position. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. So we don't want to sway the spine here. So we're lengthening out through the tailbone, through the top of the head, and feeling the belly drawing up. Your hands are right underneath the shoulders. Your knees are right underneath those hips. Start to round your back, moving it through a cat-tail position. And then inhale and pull the heart through cow. Exhale the breath to cat-tail. Inhale the breath for cow. Next time we exhale the breath through cat-tail, pause in this shape and start to slowly set your hips back. If your hips only go so far, feel free to just drop those elbows and pause there. Or let the hips sink all the way down and stretching it out for your child's pose. Shoulders are back and down. Spread your fingers wide and lift your elbows up off your mat. Feeling this nice long length through your lower back. And then push into the hands and rise back up into table. Let's go ahead and curl those toes under, hovering the knees at first. And then lifting the hips and pushing back into our down dog. Feeling those heels stretch towards the floor, lengthening out through the legs. If hamstrings are tight, feel free to bend in those knees. It almost feels as if you're pulling your ribs in and reaching your chest towards your thighs. Reach and extend out through this right leg, lengthening it towards the back wall. And then hug that knee into your chest and step the foot in between the hands. Reaching your chest forward, dropping this left knee down, the top of the left foot, and just exhale and lengthen this right leg, and then bending it again. Lengthen out through that front leg, and then bending it again. Lengthen out through this front leg and pull your toes up towards your shin. Trying not to round in the back here, but instead you're finding some extension. And then again, bend into this front leg, lift the back knee, and step it back into a plank pose. You can always modify by dropping in the knees. Chest is reaching forward. Don't let the belly hang, but feel it lifting up. Knees can be down or lifted. Point in those toes, dropping the knees if we need, and chaturanga all the way down. Elbows are scraping the sides, tops of the feet come down, and then Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, release. This time press into your hands a bit, and maybe help your cobra get a little bit higher up. And if it's available for your back, you can extend it out through the arms and pull your chest forward for up dog. Drop those knees, come through tabletop, curl the toes under, and push back into your down dog. Sweep up through that other leg, reaching it up to the sky, and then hug that knee into your chest. Bring that foot all the way in between the hands and pause in here. Reaching and extending out through the chest as this back leg reaches out long. Dropping the back knee, the top of the back foot, and then extend this front leg. Let's inhale, and then exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend, and then exhale, lengthen. Stay here. Pull those toes to your shin and get a big stretch through the back of that leg. And then again, bending into this front leg. Lift your back knee and stepping it back into a plank pose. Open up in your chest, core is tight. Again, chaturanga from knees or toes, this time either up dog or cobra pose. Pull it right up through the core and pushing back into down dog. Go ahead and start to walk your feet, taking your time to step one foot in front of the other, getting a big stretch through each leg until your feet make it to the top of your mat, and then land in your forward fold, bending in those knees if you need to allow the spine to lengthen and the hamstrings to let go. Hands to your shins and inhale halfway up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, sweeping those arms to the sky. And then exhale and dive back over those legs. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, right foot back, runner's lunge. Step the left foot back, plank pose. Drop the knees if you need. Chaturanga down and pause. Cobra or Bhujangasana. Press it back into down dog. And just hold in down dog for a moment. And then again, let's walk those feet forward. Walking it one foot at a time, coming to the very top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale and fold. Raise all the way up. Inhale, sweeping it up. And exhale, right back down. Halfway up, inhale. Left foot steps back this time and pause. Right foot back into your plank pose. Point in those toes, chaturanga from knees or toes, up dog or cobra. And press right back into your down dog. Sinking through those heels. This time possibly lift up onto the toes. You can take one giant step or bend those knees, hollow the belly, and step or jump the feet forward. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Raise all the way up, inhale. Exhale, your hands to your heart, and just take a deep breath in. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, and then again, exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Step that right foot only about halfway back, so both toes are pointing forward. If you're not on a balance beam, you're opening up through the feet a bit. And pyramid pose, we fold over this front leg. Inhale, extend your spine forward, and then start to pull your front toes up to your shin. If that's too too much, keep the foot down. And then release the foot back down and fold over the leg. Start to shift your weight forward into this front leg and sweep the back leg up to the sky, a standing split. Bend into your front knee, your chest reaches forward, and step it back into this runner's lunge. Press into the hands and down dog, kick with the left leg. Slide yourself forward, pull your belly in, and drop your right knee, pressing your right shin down. Flex this back foot, pull your belly in tight, and then extend your right arm. Left leg up, right arm. Hug the two in together, and then reach and extend it out. Hugging it in, and reach and extend it out. Lower your right arm, curl the right toes, push back into down dog. Left leg steps through, runner's lunge. Right foot forward, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale and fold. Rise all the way up, inhale. Bring those hands in front of the center of the chest. Breathe. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Left foot steps only about halfway back. Again, you're not on the balancing, so widen through those feet. Draw your right hip back and then lengthen and fold over this right leg. See if we can't deepen in that stretch by lifting the chest. Pull your ribs in and then pull your right toes to your shin. Put a little bend into this knee and sweep your left leg up for a standing split. Dive in your chest over this right shin. Bend again into this right leg, reaching the left leg back, and land in that runner's lunge. And then push it back into down dog kick. Right leg lifts. Slide yourself forward into plank, tighten into your core. Drop your left knee, the top of the left shin. Flex this right foot and really lift the leg as you drive your heel back. Left arm is going to lift. Exhale, tucking it all in. Inhale, stretch, range. Exhale. Inhale, extend. Lower your left hand, left toes curl, and then push back in a down dog kick. Right foot steps in between the hands. Left foot steps forward to meet. Inhale, halfway up, and then exhale, fold. Reaching it all the way up, inhale, lift. And exhale, hands to the heart. Take just a couple breaths here. Slowing down that breath. Slowing down the heart rate. And then inhale, sweep up through the arms. Exhale, and again, fold over those legs. Lengthen halfway up, and then heel toe your feet forward, or out a little bit. Your toes stay pointing forward. Draw your belly in and start to bend into the legs. Can you sweep your arms forward, sinking as low as your hips allow, and then come all the way down to the floor. Go ahead and reach for the back of the legs. Feel your chest reaching up. Feel the core pulling in. And then just pause here, so we're not on the tailbone, we're on the back of the sacrum. And if you can lift those shins parallel to the floor for our boat pose. And if you'd like, go ahead and reach the arms out. If you want even more challenge, send it out through those legs. And then bending in those knees, set the feet down to the floor. Hold on if you need, or challenge yourself to slowly roll it back out. Stretch your arms out like that T. Draw those knees into the chest, and windshield wiper those legs a little back and forth. And then just hold it into center. Let the knees go wide, let your feet face the sky, reaching for your calves, your ankles, or the feet. Draw your belly in and encourage those knees down to the floor. Happy baby. Bringing the bottom of the feet together, your knees go wide, the heels pull towards the pubic bone. And then seal the knees back in together. Just circle those knees one direction. And then circle them the other direction. Go ahead and lower your feet down to the floor. And extend the arms back out, turning your palms up. Relaxing through the shoulders and feeling this length through the spine. And then if you'd like, you can extend out through the legs. If you notice that goes right into your back, then go ahead and have those legs bent, letting the knees come together just like we started. The breath is smooth as we inhale in and fully exhale back out. This pause in our practice, which is called Shavasana, is that chance for our body to completely disconnect from all of the information that's constantly coming at us, and maybe just turn within. And staying in this Shavasana for as long as you'd like. And if you're ready to come out of it, start to extend out through the fingers and the toes. Go and start circling in your wrists and your ankles, stretching and extending the arms all the way overhead, and take this full stretch here from your fingers to your toes. Just place a bend into your knees, letting your back settle back down to the floor. Rolling it off to one side, and just pausing here, resting your head on that bicep. And then rolling it all the way up to seated. Sitting on your mat, however is comfortable for you, find some extension through your spine. If you can keep those eyes closed, feel free. Turn your palms to the sky, letting the tops of the hands rest down onto your thighs. Sweep and extend the arms all the way up to the sky, reaching your heart up. And then lower those hands right in front of the heart center. Take a deep breath in. Fill the heart with gratitude here. The light in me honors and respects the light in you. Thank you for joining me with this virtual practice, and namaste.